Hello guys, welcome back to the another episode of Supermarket Simulator C++ series. In the previous lecture, we have created the computer as well as the basic desktop taskbar with market basic market UI with close functionality. In this lecture, we are going to create the market item where we are able to add that item into the cart and also include the basic cart UI. Let's get started. Firstly, let's have a look at the reference. We have the store image. You can find this image in the asset folder. The link is in the description from Google Drive. Just head into folder and ref folder and store.png. So in here we have a border box, a basic panel. We can name this as panel for now, and inside that there is a horizontal box divided into two parts, one for the area of item details, one for the let's call this as cart details, so that it defines how much amount we are adding and the price of this item relative to the amount, and then add to cart button. So two divisions of cart details and item details. Inside the item details, we can define it divide it into two divisions. In vertical box, first text area, then in the bottom item of vertical box there is another horizontal box, one for the image and another for there is another vertical box inside this horizontal box for image for display type and unit price, along with the amount of items per each unit. So in that way we need to create the UI. So let's do in that way. First, let's create the UI. Let's open widgets inside assets, not assets, inside blueprints, user widget, bp underscore computer widget, and we can delete this widget. We do not need that. And let's delete the dummy interactable as well. Save all, save user widget, computer widget. Okay. In this widget, first let's unhide the market menu. Inside here, okay, let's head to paint. I would like to show something. So when we are creating this type of UI, we want things to be dynamic, like responsive, user friendly, not user friendly, designer friendly. So when we want to create one item, we don't want to come back to this UI, create a new class, create a new UI widget. We do not want to do that. We do that only once, and we can create infinite number of UI widget with dynamic data allocation. That is how we want to do. So if we create, I'm so bad with the paint, I never used it. I used to use back in 2010 in my school. If this is truck, we use this for data. Okay, then this is the UI. This is let's name it item 1 data. So in this way we have all the data defined inside this struct. On this struct we have item name, item image, display type, unit price, the unit quantity for each amount, and yeah, that's it. These will be calculated later. We'll come back to this later. So these are stored inside this struct data. So for each item, let's say this is item 2, this is item 3, then so on, whatever, how many ever we create. So the designer or you will create a new entry in this data table. That's it. Then this UI is automatically created for each item. Okay, on begin play, we are going to use all the data available inside this struct to create the data in here. We'll bind the data here. Okay, so that is what we are going to do now. So for that, we'll head into tools. Let's create a new class out of our SMS user widget base. Next, and we'll name it as let's call it store item. We don't need all this. We will just call store item widget. It will be better because we might have structures as well naming store item, and it is always good practice to name them with its data type or type of variable, type of class, sorry. Create class. Let's wait for Unreal to compile. All right, let's reload these, remove the comments. All right, Control S to save. Now let's compile once, just to be clear there is no error. Alright, that is compiled successfully. Okay, so let's create the struct. For that, head into tools, new C++ class, all classes. Let's create a simple object, U object. I'll name it as market item data. I'll place it inside the same subfolder market item inside a user widget. Create class. Wait for it to compile. Alright, now reload all, remove the comments again in the header file. So in the header file, let's remove this no import export types.h. Let's remove all of this. We only need pragma ones and core minimal.h. Then we also need the generated.h file include. Here, let's create a U struct of blueprint type. Here struct. We need the API name. We'll head back to any of the header file. Let's copy this API and name it as F market item data. It inherits from public F table row base. Okay, now what all do we need? Oh, before that, generated underscore body with parenthesis. That's it. Now let's create a public section for the variables. We want to expose them to Unreal Editor, so we need a U property as well. Edit anywhere and a blueprint read and write. We do not need read and write. We only need read only. Then F string item name. Let's copy the same. And U texture 2D with pointer type item image, and we also need enum for display type. Okay, so let's create that enum inside this file as well. U enum of blueprint type enum class e display type u int 8 edt underscore shelf. So if you have ever played the original supermarket simulator, each item has its own type of display type. Like a water bottle will be placed on the shelf, milk will be stored in the fridge refrigerator, or meat will be placed inside the freezer, cheese, butter. So each item has its own type of display type to maintain the realism, and also maybe we can even include if it is placed in the wrong place, the item might expire or get fungus, whatever it is. So it's up to your creativity. edt underscore freezer Let's create only these two for now. And at last edt underscore max for the max of this enum. Now let's copy the same view property, create e display type, item display type. Okay, let's compile. All right. Okay, we have successfully compiled. Let's create data. I have created the data folder inside my assets. Now miscellaneous data table, there should be market item data. Let's name it as market item data. Okay, let's tag it here. You see a bunch of columns. Alright, let's add item name, water bottle, item image. You'll get image. It will be provided in the description, the link for assets. I'm going to quickly head into there. There should be icons, water bottle, that's right. Let's copy it here. And for this, change the compression settings to user interface. Now let's search for water bottle, that's right, and the type will be shelf. Okay, next let's create the UI for let's create UI for market item widget, bp underscore market item. Okay, now firstly, what do we need? Let's name it as market item template. That's a typo there. Template. Yep. Okay. It is kind of rectangle. The length is greater than the breadth. So let's create this similar box. First, I'll add in the panel, canvas panel. I'll give size custom. Let's go with 750 by 250 because that is what I have used in the dummy project, so it is easy for me to just quickly do it. And you can play around with this, but later when you are adding this UI to the main computer widget, there might be issue because you need to calculate the spacing for exact width and height to maintain the grid positioning. Okay, now inside this let's add an overlay, anchor to fill. Now for the background, let's give a border. This is also fill, and the color, let's go with dark blue. Let's go something like this. It is personal preference. Okay. Next, as we have discussed earlier, we have one horizontal box divided into two parts. Then in the left part, a vertical box divided into two parts. In the upper box, there is a simple two text. Then we can skip this text, chalky pick, whatever it is. It is something the company name of this Serral. We do not need that. It is waste of time for now. So we'll focus on the main core features. So one text here, then in the lower lower part of vertical box, another horizontal box, image and text. Let's do that way. First horizontal box inside the overlay. It is set to fill. Inside this, let's add two size boxes. This is the left size box. Let's put it to fill, and for the right, let's do okay. Let's give width of 200. That should be fine. And this size box, yep, we have perfectly divided. Uh, respective to this reference image. Inside the left size box, let's add it item data area, cart area. Now inside item data area, we can add this border. So again, we'll need border. First let's add overlay because we need overlapping stuff. Place that to fill, and I'll give okay, let's add border. The border will be filled again, and for padding let's give 50 or 25. Yeah, 25 looks fine. The similar the spacing. For this we can find something called as brush. Here let's give this to be round box, outline width to be 2, or change this to fixed radius, and you can see it is a round box. And give color okay. We have the border. Let's give 5, and we want this center area to be empty because as you see closely, there is one line, then there is a space, and there is another box. Let's do similarly. So we'll remove the tint inside the brush, alpha to be 0. I think the width is too much. Let's give that to 2. So next we need to create the inner panel. Okay, let's create a vertical box inside this overlay. It will be fill. We need stuff inside this box only. So we can add in, I think we can add overlay inside this border. That's right. So we'll shift this vertical box inside the overlay. That's it. Yeah. Let's give padding 5. Vertical box no padding, and inside the vertical box let's add another border. Actually not inside vertical box, inside this overlay. Then for color, let's select this color and go with some darker tint or lighter, anything is fine. Okay, next what do we need? We need an vertical box. Inside these we already have added the vertical box. Inside the vertical box we need to divide 2 horizontal boxes below this one. First let's add text. Let's give text of sample. Let's call it as item name, justification center. Yeah, just drag the vertical box below the border line, border, and we can see the text. We want this to be aligned to the left side, justification left, and let's give padding from left 10. Let's give all sides 5. Yep. And then below this we want horizontal box. Let's add a horizontal box below the text to fill horizontally and vertically. Then in the horizontal, and for the size it should be filled so that it will take all the vertical area of this vertical box. And now inside here we need two divisions, left and right. So let's give size boxes. Size box 1, size box 2. Let's keep it to fill, and this one also to be fill for now. And inside the size box, let's give height override, remove the fill, not height, width. Let's give 150. I think that is fine. Okay, inside the size box, let's give let's add image. Let's give padding of 10. That's it, we have the image ready. Let's name it as item image. And inside the right size box we need another vertical box. Inside this, add one text. Let's duplicate that how many times? 4 times. Let's reduce the size of font 22. 24. I think that is fine. Okay, and make them center. Make them to the left and give padding of 10. Okay, not on all sides. Let's give padding on the left and top. Left 10, and on top let's give 5. Yep, I think that is fine. Okay, let's rename this as, no, give the text as display. Is that what that is? Yes, display. And for this, rename the component as item display type. Give text all small display type. Whatever it is, we are anyway going to override these existing text. I'll remove the bold for the display type, not the heading. And for this unit price, let's call this item as item unit price. And unit price. Remove the bold. Alright. Now we need the bottom right, this thing. So what we can do, instead of giving a vertical box and all, we'll override with manual placement. Inside this overlay, inside this overlay, remove the vertical box. Inside there, we'll add one first size box. We'll place that in the bottom aligned with the right. Height and width override of 50 by 50. Width should be little more because we have text as well. 50 by 100. Yeah, inside the size box, let's give a horizontal box. Here firstly let's give text Size should be 24. Center to the left, not to the center. Vertically it is center and horizontally to the left. Remove the bold and give text as I'll give two hashtags. It is just a number. And let's give padding of 5. Next we'll add an image. It should be fill. Okay, fill is leaving area around that. Let's figure that out. Why? There is no padding to this, but it is going to maintain the 1:1 ratio. So to remove that, if we do this, it is not a square shape. First, let's import the image. We should have an icon box. Is there anything like that? Yep, package.png. Let's import that. And I'll change this to user interface 2D. Remember to do that anytime you use any image for UI. Now for this image, let's change in brush package. I think it is stretching little bit. Is it not? Okay, this looks fine. Compile and save. We'll change the text later through data binding. Yep, that's it. We'll just verify everything. We have image, item name, display, unit price, and unit quantity and icon. Now coming to the right part. For now, let's leave the right part. It is actually good to do only when we create the cart UI as well, because we need few things to be clear in the mind. So let's use this template now. Let's head back to, I'll close everything. Blueprints, user widget, market item, no, computer widget. Let's unhide the market menu. So here we have market area overlay. This is just a icebox. Let's add an overlay. I'll remove this area BG. I'll add an overlay. Then I'll paste the BG inside the overlay. Now we have the overlay ready. We can overlap anything. First, let's add. Let's search for BP underscore market item template. Let's copy that once. The background is not showing. Let's add size box once. We are anyway going to add through code. This is just to show that the UI is working. We have given 750 by 250. Yep. Once you give the size to the size box, the UI, however it is designed in the market item template, it is going to show the same in the computer widget. So this is the end of this lecture. In the next lecture, we are going to create the number of item templates in the market menu bound with the data here. So how many entries are there for each item? A new market item template is created in the market menu using the data of this market item data. That's it for this lecture, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lecture.